Okay, everyone, I know we missed doing the chocolate covered cherry bombs. I see some of you guys made some really great looking chocolate covered cherries. I want to try some of them myself. But right now I'm going to make the chocolate covered cherry bomb brownies. And so I just, since we didn't have enough time to do it in class. So I made some chocolate frosting. You can use canned frosting if you want. Like I said, I just whipped up some real quick. It's not difficult to make. It's just some chocolate frosting. I mean, I'm sure you could use vanilla too. I guess it's all really depending on what you like. So it calls for 3/4 cup of frosting. So I'd say that's probably about a cup actually. And then I'm going to take my brownies. I have my pan of brownies that I made yesterday. Okay, and I'm going to take those and I'm going to take them out of the pan and I'm going to put them in with the frosting. So anybody that wanted to do a cake pop, somebody was asking about cake pops. Okay, this is the way to do it. You would take your cake, just like I'm taking the brownies, and you would mix it in with your frosting, just like I'm doing now. Okay, so I'm just taking on my brownie, I'm crumbling it up, sticking it in with that frosting. Okay, just like the brownies that we made in class. Okay, and then you're just going to take them and crumble them up. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this, guys, because whenever you're handling food like that, you really want to make sure you have nice, clean hands. Okay, and then you're just going to take it, just like you're making meatloaf or kneading bread dough. Okay, and you just want to mush it all in there like that. Okay, so it's really, really moist. Now you can take a teaspoon, which I'll show you in a second, once I get my hands cleaned off because my hands are gross now. Okay, so I have that done. I want to go clean my hands. Now don't forget, this is going to be like the truffles that we did, the Oreo truffles. You're going to have to set these in the refrigerator to get cold before you dip them in the chocolate like we did with the Oreo truffles. It's the same exact concept. So I'm going to move my pan out of the way so I have more room to work here. Alright, then I'm going to take my maraschino cherries, okay, and also, okay, I just want to show you to remind you real quick, okay. This is a tablespoon, this is a teaspoon. I think I'm going to try the tablespoon for the brownies. So I'm just going to take a tablespoon of that, okay, the brownie mix. And I'm going to open my cherries. And I'm going to take my brownie mix and I'm going to put my cherry in the middle. And I'm going to sculpt my chocolate around it like that, okay? And then we're going to roll it just like we did the truffles, like that, because you want it round just like that. Okay, so there's one. Also, if you have a small ice cream scoop, you can use that too. But like I said, I'm just going to use this. It seems to be working pretty well. Okay, so you just want like a whole tablespoon. That's the tablespoon, the big one, okay? If you have fancy cherries, you might want to leave the top sticking out. I don't know, maybe it'll look nice. I don't know. We'll see. I should dry these cherries off a little bit because they're wet. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So I'm going to get some paper towels and dry them off because they're really damp and it's hard to do chocolate when you have damp things. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take some of my cherries. Hey, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm just learning myself how to do it. So now I'm just going to take some paper towels and put them on my tray. I have my tray with wax paper, just like we did the Oreo truffles. You want to make sure you have wax paper on there. I'm going to set a couple of paper towels on my tray. I'm going to get my cherries out of the jar and let them sit out and get some of that moisture off of them. I think they're just going to be a lot easier to work with once they're a little more dry. Okay. Like I said, I want to definitely try some of the chocolate covered dipped cherries like you guys made. They looked really yummy. Okay, put that aside. Okay, so dry them off. I want to try this one off a little bit because it's got some moisture coming out of it, and that's not going to take kindly to the chocolate. Remember, if you get moisture in your chocolate like water, it's going to make your chocolate just one big hunk, you know, and freeze it up, and you won't be able to make anything out of it. Okay? It seizes up is what it's called. Okay? Kind of hard to roll it when it's got the stem on it. It's definitely much easier to roll it when it doesn't have a stem. Roll this guy. Okay, so you can kind of get the gist of it. It's, like I said, it's exactly like the Oreo truffles, only we're just putting the cherry in the center of the brownie. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to finish these up. And then I'll make another video of me coating them with the chocolate. Just to remind you guys how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to flatten that out. Like that. Put my cherry in the center like that. Put my chocolate brownie around it like that. And then just roll it around. Make it nice and round. Okay. Oops. All right, so that's all you do.